What's up, guys? Higgins in Japan here with another edition of the Friday video. The Friday video is the video that I make right here in my car on a Friday on the way home from work. And this time I can actually say that that's true because, if you can tell, a little bit of participation? Nope, that's not the word. Precipitation. There we go. A little bit of precipitation on the window. Also, it's been raining all day, so all of the fields are flooded, so there's no outdoor practice today for softball, so I can actually go home at a decent time instead of the normal 6:30 or whatever it is. Anyways, so what's up, guys? It's Friday. You guys hanging in there? Guys, got some stuff on your mind? Anyways, so it's Friday, and I'm gonna drive home from work, and you guys get to come along with me as I ramble and talk about things that are going on in my life here in Japan. And we're not gonna get political. We're going to get political very briefly, because that video is already up. I already made a video, and I already uploaded it, and a handful of people didn't like it, and that's alright. Not everybody has to like everything, right? But basically it was a video about my political views and who I voted for, and that's what that was. Probably the one and only time that I will ever get political on this channel, because for one, it attracts people that don't have any interest in Japan or don't care about any of my other videos, and then whatever. It's just it attracts. It didn't, but it can attract comments and messages from people that instead of want to have rational, sane conversations, just want to say whatever crazy thought that pops into their head. Which, thankfully, and thank you guys, you didn't do that. Got some nice comments on the video, and that's the thing. That's what we need more of. We need more of people having just rational discussion about things, and not flying off the handle, and not believing everything you're told, and questioning things and all that good stuff. You guys know how to do that. You can be that person. Also, I was thinking about this today, and I do want to make a comment about the election briefly, even though I said I wouldn't. Whoever you voted for, no matter the outcome, people tend to forget how the other side was when Obama was elected, right? And in particular, myself, and I'm going to tell you guys a little story. A little back in time, a little sit down, relax, grab yourself something to drink. Uncle Higgins is going to tell you a story. Back when Obama was elected, first time around, I remember literally thinking that it was the end of the world. This is he is going to ruin everything. Obama is going to be the worst president in the world. He's literally going to destroy America. And I remember having a conversation with my roommate at the time, who I will keep nameless, so that way he can keep his anonymity in my stupid stories. But him and I having this conversation, and it was kind of one-sided of me just explaining how I thought Obama was going to destroy America. He was the worst person in the world. But then it took me a few years, and I matured, and I realized that I was being immature. I'm still immature, but I would like to think that I've matured since then. And more open-minded and more open to other people's suggestions and other people's viewpoints, and I feel like a long time has passed since then, and I've matured. And honestly, I'm sorry, because you could probably go back in my Twitter feed, or you could probably go back on Facebook and see the stupid stuff. I mean, every time that time thing, that time travel, whatever it's called, that Facebook has, that's hey, remember when you said this last year? Some of that stuff pops up on there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, did I really, was I really in that bubble so much that I thought X, Y, and Z, or I thought this was that way, or like, I was just really immature about a lot of things. And I guess over the years, I've just matured. And while I still hold true to certain values or certain beliefs, there's a lot of things that I've changed my viewpoint on, or a lot of things that I have changed my opinion on. And that's perfectly okay. And that's all I'm really going to say. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say I think Trump is going to do X, Y, and Z. Let's see what he does. There's a thing called checks and balances. There's a thing called, impeachment. Like, let's see how he does. Like, the President of the United States, if you're not an American, you might not understand how government works. He is elected. He is not the be-all, end-all. He is not the supreme leader. He can't do whatever he wants, despite what people say or tell you. There are checks and balances, and he's not a dictator. So let's all just step back, take a breath, and relax. Because just because the person you didn't want to win didn't win, I don't know. I don't know what to say to that. Like, everybody just kind of needs to chill out. But other than that, this week's been great. A little bit of talk about elections around the school. Let's focus on that. Let's focus on the Japan-related side of things. Some of the teachers actually informed me about the election before it even, or who had won even before it actually had been kind of called. I don't know what they were watching up in their classroom. If they were watching some other feed that I didn't have access to, but they came downstairs in between one of the classes and were like, "Oh yeah, Trump won," and I was like, "What? It's kind of too close to call, but maybe you know more than I do. I don't know." Yeah, so hasn't been a whole lot of discussion around it. I had a discussion with some of the girls on the softball team yesterday about who they wanted to win. But I remember when I was a kid and President Bill Clinton was running. My views were heavily based on just kind of what my parents believed. So you can't really judge what students say, who they want to win. I think it's fun. It gave me a really cool opportunity to explain to them that yes, there were more than two people running for president, because that's the question that I've been getting all week is Clinton or Obama, or Clinton or Trump, Clinton or Trump, which one was it? And I'm like, no, there were other people running for president. There were other people that didn't get media attention. That's a whole other issue. That just didn't get the attention. So when you have two big parties and international media only covers those people, that's kind of anybody only knows about. That doesn't make any sense. That's kind of the only people that people know about. Whatever. That makes sense somewhere in some country. But yeah, and that's the thing, watching the news in Japan, which is very, very rare for me, you kind of only get a little bit. And I think living overseas, and I had a conversation with somebody on Twitter about this, about living overseas, and it gives you a different perspective of the news. It gives you a different perspective of where you're from. It gives you a different perspective of the things that you read about your country. I'm not saying that Japanese media is slanted one way or the other, but it just gives you another perspective, which I think is really helpful. If you're only getting your news from one source, I feel you're going to just believe whatever that one source tells you. And so the very few times that I do engage in trying to digest media, I like to get it from different places. And so that's one of the benefits of living in Japan, is you kind of see the the reporting of it on, and usually it's if there's a discussion a topic being discussed that has some kind of international effect. You know, like they're not going to cover if some dude in the middle of, you know, Arizona is talking about something that has nothing to do with, you know, international politics. Like, that's not going to be a big story in Japan. I mean, it could if it, you know, like some rare thing, it's a slow news day or whatever. But like usually they're going to cover the big things that have to do with like international, you know, international relations or whatever. So yeah, I mean that's kind of the viewpoint you get. So if you're only relying on Japanese news to hear like what's going on in America, you're gonna be mistaken. I've got a bit of a tickle in my throat, so excuse my coughing in this video. I don't know what's going on, but it's a change in the weather. This happens all the time, and I don't know, like I never had allergies in Japan or in America, but like when I moved to Japan, like tree pollen kills me. And like anytime the weather changes, it's like, oh, that's right, there's some weird thing that's gonna like make me cough. But usually it's not a big problem. This week was okay. But so yeah, I don't know. I feel like this was a lot about politics, and I didn't want it to be about politics. But on the other hand, hey, listen, I'm American. I'm living in Japan. Those are the things that I've been talking with my friends about. Those are the things that I've been like invested in and looking at and watching for the past week. So forgive me this 1 week where I talked about politics and I said I wouldn't. But I mean, hey, there's like 500 videos on my channel that aren't about politics. So go watch one of those, I guess. But anyways, I'm gonna finish driving home. This thing in my throat is killing me, and I'm gonna like cough one of my lungs up probably here on the way home. But you guys have a good one. Have a good weekend. I got a long weekend ahead of me, so probably gonna do a little bit of traveling. Probably gonna head to Tokyo on Saturday, pending the weather. That should be fun, right? Guys, like I said, have a good one. If you have any questions or comments for me or suggestions and things you want me to talk about in other videos, let me know in the comment section below, or you can head over to facebook.com/Higgins in Japan. It's kind of been light on content posting this week just because, honestly, I've tried to stay off Twitter and try to stay off Facebook as much as possible. It's just a madhouse. People, it's going to be okay. Like, honestly, it's going to be okay. Trust me. And if it's not going to be okay, then it'll be okay. Have a good one, guys. Peace.